Hi, this is Ron Edwards, Master Sommelier and Director of Wine Education for Winebo, Fine Wine and Spirits. Today we're going to talk about another beautiful wine from Yalumba. This is the Cigar bottling from Coonawarra. It's Cabernet Sauvignon, and it's a beautiful example of why Coonawarra is one of the top 5 regions in the world, from my perspective, for Cabernet Sauvignon based wines. Blessed with a soil type called Terra Rosa, which is an iron-rich soil on top of calcrete, which is a kind of limestone that is both permeable and water retaining. So it has this beautiful mix of letting water go through and then keeping a little bit. And the other thing that's really important to note about Coonawarra is it still is maritime, even though it's at least 40 miles from the ocean at all points. There's no hills or mountains to break that influence from the cold Southern Ocean. And so it is moderated. It has a little bit more cloud cover, and it just creates a balance in the wines that are there, proven by many examples of legendary wines from this region. So without further ado, let's find out what this wine is offering. I think the first thing that comes to mind is stylish. The nose smells stylish. It's a beautiful blend of blackberry and mulberry and black currant juice. There's a definite sexy nuance of new oak with baking spices, cinnamon and clove, and a little dust of cocoa powder and vanilla extract. This wine does see new oak, but only 26% new, and it's a mix of barrique and hogsheads. So, Yalumba's intention here is not to produce a wine that's dominated by oak, but rather accentuated by it. And I think the nose is definitely doing that at this point. There's also a little minty undertone. There's also a definitive note of iron in the nose right now, and I'm ready to definitely taste it, so let's do that. The elegance in the nose is carried right through on the palate. This wine is wonderfully balanced. It has a tart, prickly, fresh berry kind of foil to the fairly drying and not robust tannin, but present tannin. And the tannin grows with time, so it gets a little drier and a little drier and a little bigger, and then it stops. The flavors that I mentioned earlier, the berries, are a little fresher perhaps in the palate, but it's still that blackberry, mulberry, black currant kind of flavor profile, with that wonderful nuance of this thread of the oak signature just coming in and out as it waffles between fruit and oak. The iron note is coming through in the finish for sure, and I'm definitely picking up that that wonderful cross between mint and eucalyptus. As I've come back to it this time, that classic Cabernet Sauvignon cedar note is definitely a part of it. And, perhaps it's the bottle name suggesting it, but I'm also picking up a little bit of tobacco, like a good cigar wrapper kind of aroma and flavor profile. If you like Cabernet Sauvignon, this is a great example. It has refreshment, it has power, it has elegance. It's going to be great on the table. And I think, honestly, in the world of Cabernet Sauvignon, this is a really good value wine. So go out and find a bottle of Yalumba, the Cigar, from Coonawarra. This is the 2018 bottling.